Okay, here we go. Welcome to our super mom class, because we are super moms because we're a mom, right? And because we have this wonderful power at our fingertips in essential oils and other plant-based products that really help our kids. So we're all going to share some tips at different ages, because we all have kids at different ages, and we all can't wait to share. I'm Melissa, and I have preteens and teens. And but before I share, and Leslie and Kaylin, we're gonna talk about how to use oils really quick, and why we're so excited, or why we love Young Living. I started using Young Living oils and natural products because I wanted to get all the toxins out of my house, and I was concerned about all the stuff I put on my kids. Like, I learned that, you know, anything can absorb in our skin, our biggest organ. And so I was excited to find an easy button at Young Living, because everything is safe, doesn't have a fragrance, and is plant-based, and goes through rigorous testing to make sure that it's clean. So it just saves me so much time to get everything there, and they really work, all the oils. So I was just gonna, if you're not familiar with how to use essential oils, there's 3 ways to use it. And ladies, you could jump in anytime to help or make comments. But so I'm going to talk a lot in 3s because that's easy to remember, right? So 3 ways: aromatically, topically, and internally. And aromatically is a great way for kids to use oils, especially young babies too, because you don't, it's maybe the safest, right? I don't know. But using a diffuser, and I'm grabbed my daughter's owl, or Feather, the owl diffuser. This is our favorite. Even my teen uses this every night. It has a nice night light and white noise machine and diffuser. So just smelling oils aromatically, or like putting some, even just opening up a bottle and smelling it, or even putting a drop on your hand, rubbing it together and making a little scent tint, is just it gives you so much benefit. I think save all your empty bottles, because they still have a smell in them, and that's great for kids, because an empty bottle you could just give them to smell and they're not going to waste anything, or it's not unsafe, and they still get the benefits of the oil. And sometimes I even put a drop on a cotton ball and put that close to my kids, or in a stinky place, and that helps. The second way we use oils is topically. Put the oil where it where the need is. But a great spot for kids and safe is on their feet or on their spine. Make a chest rub with a carrier oil. My daughters use a lot. We always put on our wrists and ears a lot, because it's good for your emotions, and we have a lot of emotional issues in our house. And you can imagine with teens and anxiety. And any other tips about safety or on topically, Leslie or Kaylin?
Maybe be careful with the oils that are photosensitive. You don't want to be in the sun. I think it's up to 12 hours, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and photosensitive oils are citrus oils. So just put it for a place where you're not, it's not exposed to the sun. Over your heart, on your wrist still is okay, or put it on at night, and it's fine. And with kids, we definitely want to dilute. That means use a carrier oil, like a cooking oil. And I think Leslie or Kaylin will talk a little more about maybe a dilution ratio, or how much for babies and toddlers and elementary and up. And the cool thing is, on the bottles, it tells you how much to dilute. So that's a place of reference too. So we did aromatically, topically, and internally. So I really like, and my girls have been liking to use oils internally. It's easy. You can just add a drop. I have a drop of lemon in my water, and you could flavor drinks. Make a wellness tea, put flavor smoothies. So I can make my green smoothie go down easier with my daughters with a little bit of orange essential oil. But when you need some wellness in your family, you know, using some oils in some honey and having them take that is excellent way. And older kids that could swallow, can make a capsule even to support any needs internally. But oils, essential oils are great even to flavor your food. What kid doesn't like peppermint brownies, right? So there's a lot of fun things like that. So those are the 3 ways. And safety. We have 3 safety tips. So I'm going to talk about that. Dilute your hot oils. And Leslie already talked about photosensitive or citrus oils. Be careful about those. And when you're drinking internally, use stainless steel or glass cup. So let's talk about that real quick in a little more detail. There are some oils that are hot, or it could just cause a little irritation on your skin. So like peppermint and cinnamon and clove and oregano and some eucalyptus oils, right? Or it could, you need to dilute. So you would put it first, maybe even in your hand, a squirt of a carrier oil like that. And I have a little pool of that. And then I would drop the hot oil on there and then put it on wherever, maybe a chest rub or on something. I guess I'll just put that on my legs right now. So that's it. And we could, if you need more description about that, we'll talk about that. And then photosensitive oils, like we said, the citrus oils, you don't want to put lemon on your face and go out in the sun. And then when you drink something or in a water bottle, don't use plastic, especially for the citrus oils, because it will eat away at the plastic. So that's safety tip. Any other safety tips that I'm missing, ladies?
No, I think that's good. I just went and grabbed my V6 carrier oil as a
Yes,
example.
and that's one of our favorite ones. Like, it's a really nice blend of 6 different carrier oils that moisturizes well, and coconut, fractionated coconut oil, and we use jojoba oil because it doesn't stain your clothes actually, and almond oil, grapeseed oil, so many different options. Okay, so that's the safety. Now let's get into our tips. Okay, just making sure that we're safe and how to use them. So we're gonna take it away, Leslie, and she's gonna start talking about babies and toddlers. I'm excited to learn.
Perfect. Okay, I am Leslie. I have 4 boys. My oldest one is 10, almost 10, and then 8, 4, and 19 months. So I have a lot of boys in different ages. But the first 2 were not, I did not know about oils until I was trying to get pregnant with my 3rd baby. We actually tried for about 1.5 years and we just couldn't get pregnant. So I was just desperate at that time and started like researching and everything. And then I found 2 books. Actually, this one's called Gentle Babies. And then this one is called Betsy Bossom's Baby Book. And they talk to you about what to use when you're trying to get pregnant. So I always recommend Progestins Plus. I use this every single day, except when I'm on my period. It is just if you've heard about progesterone creams, this is like a progesterone oil, but it's made out of wild yam extract. So it's all natural and your body just absorbs it better. And I swear, I think it was just God in the oils and just getting rid of everything that is not good for our bodies, that I was actually able to get pregnant within 3 months of me starting using Progestins Plus. My cycle, I used to have a very crazy cycle, super painful, heavy bleeding, and it would last 6 to 7 days. I started using that oil and it cut down to 3 to 4 days, and minimal bleeding only when you go to the bathroom. TMI, sorry, but and it's not painful at all. So I love that. I swear by this oil and I can never run out of it because it is a lifesaver. So lots of good information. You can find a lot of good information in these 2 oils. I'm always going to tell you to go back and look at these oils because they talk about the oils that you can use when you're pregnant, when you're trying to get pregnant, when you have a baby, after you have a baby, what's safe, what's not safe, why it's not safe. It just gives you a lot of good information. But yeah, after I had my baby and I got pregnant, I stopped using the Progestins Plus. I probably just used it during the first month of my pregnancy, and then I stopped because you don't need it anymore. But then after that, after you have your baby, I love the sealing products. I just have 3 on hand with me, which are the wipes. They smell so good. I also have the baby lotion and the baby body wash and shampoo. This smells so good. They're very gentle to the baby skin. And even my 4-year-old likes to use it. It smells delicious. It's very calming. I also use the Seedlings, the Calm Oil. This one smells very nice too. And this one, we actually put it on the little guy every single day before he goes to sleep. I did not use oils on my baby until he was around maybe 6 months. I would just diffuse it just because he was just a little. There's a lot of people that do different things and then they like to put them as soon as they're born, but I just didn't want to do that. So it's up to you as the parent to decide when you want to start putting oils on your baby. So
Did you, Leslie, did you wear oils yourself?
I did. So whenever I will breastfeed him, I will put, I don't know, like peace and calming or like lavender or something like that that he will be able to breathe when I was like nursing him. Also, fennel is great to put on to just kind of give you a little bit more of like milk supply. But again, it's just milk demand, supply and demand. So the more you nurse your baby, the more milk you'll get. But I think fennel definitely made a difference. Another oil that I like to use when your little guys are getting older and they start teething, I like to use lavender and copaiba. You can do it in 2 ways. I just put some in my hand and then I'll just rub it and then put it along the gums, or you can put it along the jaw, or you can make a roll-on with it and also dilute it. And again, I'm going to tell you to go back to the book because it gives you a dilution ratio right here. Let me just look really quick. But it tells you from ages 0 to 6 and then 6 to 12, ages 1 to 2, 2 to 6, 7 to 12, and then ages 12 and plus. You just use it as the bottle is directed, but it gives you a whole bunch of different ratios and how to do with your hot oils, how to dilute it and everything. So it's a pretty nice book. It's really handy to have it on hand. That's what I did with teething. As they grow older, they're gonna fall, they're gonna scrape their knees, they're gonna get hurt. So I love using the Kid Sense line. The ones that I do use when they're babies are probably the Owie, because like I said, they fall all the time, get scrapes, everything. Owie, and then Sleepy Eyes for sleep. And I don't have my Sniffles, but Sniffles is just obviously for the sniffles. You have it, Melissa? Thank you. And also lavender. So those are ones that I don't, honestly, you don't need to dilute these ones because they're pre-diluted and ready for you to use. So I love that. Another one that I also...
Leslie, can I interrupt? I just wonder how you use Owie. Like, do you just, when there is like blood or a cut, and does it burn, or can you just put it right on the Owie or boo-boo?
So what I do is that I will wash it just with water, soap and water. Then I will use Cypress. Cypress is like a, what is the ointment? What is it called? Neosporin, the Neosporin, but in oil form. So I do this, and this doesn't burn at all. So after you put this one, then you can rub the Owie. Because Owie does kind of stings a little bit, but I figured out that if you use this and then you add whatever oil on top, it doesn't really burn anymore.
So you just put a drop. Have you ever added a roller top to it or a spray?
I have, but I find that if there's blood involved, you don't want to mix the blood with the roller top. So I just do a drop. And then you can just do the same thing with the Owie. The Owie actually has a roll-on that is ready to go. But I like to have both on hand. That way, when I'm out and about and I see blood, then I'll use this one. And when there's no blood, I'll use this one. I actually have 2 of my oil pouches here that I always take them. They go because I have for boys, and boys are crazy and they're always falling and breaking things and blood everywhere. So I love that we can have this tool to help our kiddos get better. Also, right now that we're talking about ouchies, I do, like I said, I already talked a little bit about Cypress, but then I like to also add some helichrysum. This one just stops the bleeding right away. My son, he is 8 and he goes to gymnastics, like he just does gymnastics. And when it's too hot and muggy, like he gets bloody noses every single time. So I just take this with me, and I know that as soon as he comes like this, I'm like, oh no, he has a bloody nose. So then I just I have a cotton ball actually in my bag, and I just put a little bit and I just put it in here, like inside his nose, and it stops it immediately. I also like to take frankincense because this is great for everything, skin issues. If you fall and you scrape your knees, whatever, all of these are great to just have on hand, kind of like your first aid kit. And then Gentle Baby, I skipped it. I didn't even realize Gentle Baby. I like to actually add it. I made a spray that you can just spray it on his on the crib of your baby, or I like to add it into my dryer balls, and it just smells so nice. It's very gentle. It's very calming. Like every single time I smell this oil, I just think of when my little guy was a baby and I could just like
Mhm.
cuddle him and like love on him. So it just brings really good memories back. But yeah, I think Caitlin's gonna talk about the kids and oils because I think I talked about all my oils now. But also before I give it to Caitlin, I was gonna point out there's a supplement book that I follow. It's from General Sullivan, and then she gives you a whole bunch of protocols, and then that's because people always ask me like, what kind of vitamin did you take? Like, what was your prenatal? What did you do? So I just followed hers, which was the master formula, and then I took Super V as my folic acid and Ningxia Red. I don't have my Ningxia Red with me, but that is a great supplement and antioxidant drink that I even give my little guys. I think when they become 6 months, that's when I start introducing it to them. And then I just give them a little bit. And as they get older, I give them more. Now, whenever I know that if they're sick, I just don't measure. I just take them as much as you want. And then your body will just get rid of whatever you have.
Mhm.
So those are just my tips.
Mhm. I just wanted to know, thank you, Leslie, that I was watching another video about pregnancy and how when the mom would take a lot of Ningxia Red, I don't know, 2 to 6 ounces. There's these findings that a lot of them had these super
Yes, the
clean
placenta.
placentas and been
Yeah.
so much healthier than just eating healthy. But so that is an amazing superfood drink puree that I know I'm thankful. What'd you say?
So it tastes really good too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of our wellness routine, our all the time taking running shred.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm Kaylin and I have an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old. I have been with Young Living for 7 years, which is crazy to think about. So my main thing was when my daughter was little and I was just worried about all the toxins and stuff in the house. And I was one of those that had Glade plugins. So so this is our lifesaver. This is Feather's out or Feather's friend. What's her name? But I can't remember her name.
Snowy
But
Snowy the owl.
Snowy. There we go. So this is Snowy and we use her every day. She's the one that travels with us. We go, I mean, anywhere we go. But that's the diffuser that my kids absolutely love. And I'm going to talk about the Kid Sense oils. Leslie talked about probably our favorite oil in the summertime already, which is Owie. And this is an old bottle that is well loved. But just like Leslie said, I just put it straight on. My kids don't say that it burns. My son gashed his head open the other day and we cleaned it up and put this on there, and 4 days later, it was like nothing had happened. And all the Kid Sense oils are pre-diluted. So right now I'm focusing on, with my kids, being able to independently learn how to use their oils. And so I feel safe with these because they are already diluted. We are a homeschooling family. And so one of the other oils that we use a lot is Genius. We'll put it in Snowy. And while we're doing our schoolwork, we will use the oil just to help promote, positive thinking. And sometimes school can be struggle, but just to get them really in that mindset. And one of the others is Sniffle Ease. And that's exactly what that's for, is for when they get those sniffles in the winter usually, or and then our other favorite oils for bedtime is Rutavala, which I apply to the kids' bottoms of their feet and then just on their jawline so they can smell it at night. And then I diffuse Sleepy Eyes. And then our other favorite that my son made sure that I share with you all is Sacred Mountain. So Sacred Mountain is an extremely grounding and comforting oil, and we call it our angel wings. So I just put it on their back, just like as if it was like angels on their back. And it really helps them sleep at night peacefully. If they wake up with a nightmare or something, then they'll ask for their angel wings, and we just pray, and then we apply our angel wings. This week we had a bout of illness, so we were using a lot of tummy dries and thieves. We applied thieves to the bottoms of our feet, and I did dilute with V6 carrier oil to apply it down Lincoln's spine while he was sick this week. And then also, like Leslie was saying earlier, Ningxia Red. My son, when he is sick, for some reason, he will drink Ningxia Red all day long. And so I don't limit it. He's pretty good about knowing, like, some days he'll ask in the afternoon, hey, can I have some Ningxia? And I'm like, sure, your body needs a little extra support today. Here you go. And then a couple of the other, actually, and also this is our Thieves hand sanitizer. These are on the kids' backpacks all the time. And so whenever we're out and about, they know I don't want them using the regular hand sanitizers. So they will go ahead and just keep this on them at all times so they can grab this. So I know it's a little safer for them. And then I just wanted to touch it quickly on some of our supplements that we have for children. We have a multivitamin, which I do not have on hand right now. But we also have Mightyzymes, which is an enzyme for healthy digestion. And then we also have a prebiotic and a probiotic supplement for the kids. And these are part of our wellness routine every day.
And sometimes
anything?
I like using the Mightyzyme, the Mighty Pro myself,
Mighty Pro.
because
Yes.
it's great for traveling, because our Life 9 probiotics needs to be refrigerated. So I take these, maybe 2 of them, or just take that too. Yeah.
That's a great idea. And then our other favorite summer product is the insect repellent wipes. So we open up one of these, and 2 or 3 of us will use the one wipe just to apply insect repellent, and off we go with whatever outdoor adventure we have for the day. So I think that's good.
Yeah. And I wanted to say, like, in California, we are not, the insect wipes are not a product for us yet, but it comes in a liquid, and I just put it in a little spray bottle, so it's easy to put on everywhere. And this week we had an invasion of ants. And so in the kitchen, and my husband had to grab that out of the cabinet and started using that where the ants were coming from, and it helped. So,
Good to know.
and we also use some peppermint.
Spray it.
Yeah. So he was just pouring it at first. I said, no, let's spray it. But we also use some peppermint oil, cinnamon, and black pepper. There's some different ways, but so that's been helping. But that insect repellent for all, I don't know, Leslie, do you use that even on your baby? I don't know if you would do
Yeah,
that.
well, the insect repellent, I think I did after he was 6 months.
Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of a good rule of thumb, 6 months and up for.
But I didn't even use a lot. It was just a tiny little bit.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah. And I use a lot of times just have our citronella oil out and just put some in my hands, go like this, and kind of put it on everywhere. And I feel good going like that on my face and everywhere, and on my kids, same thing. Yeah. Anything else, Kaylin?
No, I think
For your
that's
daily
it.
routine, were you going to talk about that or no? Or
No.
okay.
I mean, I feel like
Kind of
that's pretty
went
much
through
our daily routine.
Yeah. And I feel like, so thank you. And I didn't talk about how old my kids are yet, but I feel like all these oils continue, it's not like, and even grown-ups, like Leslie, you're talking about gentle babies. Lately, I'm using that in my diffuser at night for sleeping.
Gentle babies is really good for like scars and skin. Like if you have C-section, you can apply gentle babies in it, like on your scar, and it will fade out.
Nice. It's amazing. That's why these essential oils are like a superpower, because there's not just like one use for it, and there's so many uses, and they're practical and they really work. And kids and adults of all ages, are our go-to. I'm going to talk about some of I have an 11-year-old and almost 14-year-old daughter. And so we're kind of in the preteen age, and teens, definitely seeing lots of changes with my 8th grader this year. And we already started school. So 6th grade and 8th grade, here we go. So I thought of all the kind of problems or things that are associated with kind of teens and a little bit older. But my teens still use the KidSense oils for sure. But this is a great age where they can start being independent and kind of meet their own needs and problem solve with our products and essential oils for sure. My girls fill their own diffuser at night and even have a little chart of Katerina Kaylin, like every other day, who is in charge of the diffuser, because they sleep in the same room. And they have their own rollers or get out my oils from my stash anytime when needed. They bring their own oils on the go. My daughter Kaylin, not this Kaylin, but my daughter Kaylin, who's 11, struggles from anxiety and gets stomach aches all the time, and sometimes headaches too. So she always has peppermint with her, or tummy jies and peace and calming, those oils. And she has her little rollers, and then she really feels she depends on them and just having them. So she's good about always taking them with her or putting them in my purse, and she keeps them in her backpack for school. And so the girls are responsible at this age kind of for taking their own supplements. I try to keep them out on the counter so that they remember. One thing that, the supplements that my daughters take are Mighty Pro, and we all take lots of Super C chewables. For stomach issues, or we love having Mighty Zyme enzyme. So you take this at the beginning, right when you start eating a big meal. And so they depend on that a lot, because they do not like stomach aches. But this one is Unwind, and it helps calm and get you ready for bed. But I've noticed that, like, my daughter Kaylin would be in bed just kind of going like taking the sachet, it looks like this, that's kind of like a sweet powder, because she knows she needs to calm down herself. So she's helps herself to this, and that's fine. So that's kind of neat. When you get a little bit older, they take independence. And we've been using oils and Young Living products for, I guess, 5 years. So they've started growing up with that. But even if you start right now as an older child, they can learn quickly, and you can teach them the safety, and then they can be independent, and that helps. So that's the one fun thing about a little bit older kids. So here are some of my some other tips. Now, it's really important. I'm a big advocate of being careful about what you put on your skin, and you really want to remove any of the endocrine disruptors or this fake hormones that go into your body. So removing all fragrance. We don't want our girls to have an early period or fertility problems in the future, or little boys to start getting breasts. Like, those kind of things are really happening. So using clean, non-toxic personal care products is really important. So that's kind of where we're at in our house, and everything is Young Living pretty much. So we kind of DIY a body wash, and my girls get to decide what oils they want to put in there. My daughter Kaylin loves Citrus Fresh, or all the citrus oils are their kind of favorite. So we use the toothpaste. There's a kid's toothpaste, a KidSense. And what scent or flavor is that? It's like fruit, Leslie?
It's like orange. It's
Yeah.
like orange.
Yeah. The cool thing is that there is a KidSense line of toothpaste, lotion, body wash, shampoo, right? That are all that are great for kids. But my girls use just all the other products.
And they all smell really good.
Yes. So we use the shampoo, the lotion. There's even hair oil, because my younger daughter has really thick curly hair, and that helps with frizz. And we DIY a lot, and use the makeup even. And the cleaning products. So think about that too. And I just wanted to mention that with kids because we want to be safe. They're inhaling stuff, they're getting it on their hands. So my girls have lots of chores to do. Today's Saturday, so they have their list. But I feel great because we use the Thieves household cleaner and they do all their own cleaning. And actually right now my older daughter's cleaning her white Converse with all the Thieves dish soap. She finished it up in her house and I was a little upset, but at least it's getting on our hands and it's not toxic or anything. And so they know how to clean and do all that stuff. And I feel great about it because it's all Thieves based and safe. Okay.
You know what I love to brighten your clothes or your shoes? I like to use the scrub.
That's a good idea.
Even in your washer, like when you're gonna wash your clothes, it just makes it brighter and cleaner too.
Oh, good tip. So you just put that in the, like with the laundry detergent?
Yep. So I make my own laundry pots with like oils and all the things, and then I just sprinkle it on top.
Oh, okay. Very cool. I will tell that to my daughter because, you know, middle school and, you know, it's important to have clean shoes and look good still. Okay. So here are some typical maybe issues with teen life, or it could be all kids too. So first of all, do you have a stinky teen? We've started having that in our house, but some tips, just teach them good hygiene, right? And make sure your teen or preteen and boys, if you have boys too, that they take showers daily. And we love the charcoal bar soap. I didn't get mine out of the shower because you don't want to see a used bar soap, but it's black and it has orange blossom in there. And it really detoxifies and gets the toxins out and the stinkiness out. And it's really good for your skin. I use that a lot of times, even for a face wash for my face, and great for traveling if you don't want to bring a liquid. There are wonderful, we love the Valor deodorant, help with stinky teens, and just and keeping your hair not greasy with the lavender mint clarifying shampoo. And here's just a tip. Just make sure your teens wear their clothes only one time and wash it. And what we've done recently was my daughter made a really nice, oh, it's almost gone. Oops, something on there. Her DIY like body spray. So she put a lot of citrus fresh in here and a big squirt of witch hazel to emulsify it and a little bit of purification. So some oils that really help with smelling good is purification, citrus fresh, and maybe if you have a boy and doesn't want the more sweet oils, like Northern Lights black spruce is good because it's kind of almost like a cologne, you know, and that also helps with the emotions, grounding, giving confidence, like all that kind of stuff.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Also, you can use purification as a deodorant. That's what I use.
Oh, okay. And do you just put some directly under your arms?
I do put a roller top on the oil, and then I just put it on like a regular deodorant, like 3 to 4 little rolls, and that's it. It lasts the whole day.
Wow, that's great. So yeah, I'm gonna try that. And I think that would be good to just keep in like my daughter's backpack or like in my little pouch for myself, right? Maybe to reapply because it's summer right now. I don't know, but that's great. I like that tip. Yeah, purification is one perfect for stinkiness. And if your kids play sports and their sport bag or shoes or cleats are smelly, grab like a cotton pad and put some purification or any oil you have and put it in that area, or even the diaper pail if you have the baby still, you know, put it in there. And you can even make like a stinky foot or stinkiness powder with baking soda and like 20 drops of purification, half a cup of baking soda maybe, and you could sprinkle that places and then dump it out before you wear the shoes, or, you know, I keep that sometimes in the bottom of the trash can too. Okay, another thing that's very typical with teens and preteens is hormones going through puberty, right? And then emotions. Since I have daughters, there's lots of emotions. And the oil that has been helping, a lot of oils though, is Indiflex. And this I've heard is even good for really young kids, even with like tantrums and just calming. So what my daughter, when I asked her about how does this help you, we have it in, I made a roller ball for her and I had her put it behind her neck, maybe on her wrist in the morning before school. And she says it just helps her calm down. It's also good for like hormonal breakouts. It even helped me kind of with breakouts like hormonal areas like on your neck and chin, and that's all been cleared up. So it's definitely all those raging hormones is helpful. And when you just need calming, there's a lot of oils. Like my daughter, Kaylin talked about Sacred Mountain, and that's a very calming oil that my daughters like, and Peace and Calming also for that. And when we're kind of talking about emotions, maybe stress and anxiety, I'll just continue with that. What's helped my daughter, because she's older, and I don't know if I would recommend, starting CBD with younger kids, because I didn't, but I could see what you guys think. But this Calm CBD roller has been a lifesaver. And my daughter has anxiety at night, so it's also helpful just to help her sleep. And yeah, do you want to talk about, Leslie, about Indoflex? Is that what you were saying?
I was just saying that I can testify to what you were talking about, because my 4-year-old, he's very emotional. He gets worked up pretty fast. So I just have one with a roller top, and then every single time he starts having a meltdown, I'll just put it on his chest right here. We hug it out, and then he's completely fine after like 10-15 seconds. It's crazy. He really works.
Wow. Yeah, that's great. So Indoflex, I think, is a lifesaver for so many reasons, and it probably, you need to dilute it for kids. And other emotions, though, we like CBD Calm, Peace and Calming. Bergamot is one that we really like the smell. It's a kind of sweet, citrusy oil, and just smelling it has helped. Frankincense, Valor. There's so many. You kind of have to see what responds to your child, and everybody is different. So having some different options is good. Okay, other problems with teens is your skin, healthy skin. So I'll just talk about a few oils you could put on for breakouts, and what we've had success with is purification. It really dries up any blemishes. You could just put it right on top. Be careful if it's close to your eyes, it might burn a little bit, and you kind of test it out in another area. My daughter loves the smell of wintergreen, and wintergreen is kind of a natural salicylic acid. Is that how you say it? And so she's noticed that it dries up zits right overnight. And be careful, this is a hot oil, so you have to, if your skin or your child's skin is sensitive, don't put it on directly. We've kind of tested it and it was okay for her, as long as it's not close to your eyes and ears, that kind of thing. And also tea tree oil and cedar wood are great for oily skin. And you could put a drop in moisturizer, or put some kind of on directly. Yeah, those are really good. And I just want to say, you want to keep tea tree oil around your house for sure. If you want healthy scalp, and with school and those little bugs, we want tea tree oil can be a great preventative, and maybe even making a head spray, hairspray you can put on daily when you go back to school. Luckily that hasn't happened to our family, but maybe because we're keeping that on. Okay. So I was really excited. There are sometimes with teens, they're like, oh, mom, don't put on oils on me. Because sometimes I'm running out the door with them before school, trying to put on thieves to keep them healthy, or breathe again to help my daughter breathe better before she goes out. But so there's a lot of great healthy skin and other products. And I just want to share that for teens. We love the charcoal mask, and moms like this too. It detoxifies and helps clear up your face. It's good for oily skin. You can even put it on like certain areas, like maybe the T-zone, and or have a little spa party with your kids. And I know even my nephew uses this, who's he's 13. So that is a great product. I keep it. Yes.
Real quick about the charcoal mask. We also use it for mosquito bites if we
Oh.
forget to use our insect repellent, but just put like a little dab and it stops irritating them.
Wow, that's
So,
good. And you just kind of leave it
yeah.
on there?
Yeah, I let it dry on there, and then if they wipe it off later, they do, but usually they just leave it on there like it makes it feel better. So,
Oh, I love that tip. Thank you. I don't know if I put in with when I grabbed, there is a satin face scrub. So when you get like little blackheads and things, it's good to have a daily, or not daily, we do about weekly scrub, and we keep it in the shower. It's called, I didn't grab it out of the shower. Satin facial scrub. That's what it is if you're looking for that. So it smells good. It's a very gentle exfoliant for your skin. Now, Young Living just came out this summer with a brand new skin line called Balance, just for teens. Well, or anyone with perfect for teens, I should say, anyone with more oily skin. And so my daughter's been using this and liking it a lot. It comes with a really great this is a pretty color blue, what is it called? Toner, face wash, and lotion. So I'm thankful for this. It's a little less money than the lines I use, because I love Bloom and Art. And I started her using some of the Art stuff, but she likes this a lot. So this has been wonderful, because I feel good because it's all clean, good ingredients in there, essential oils, and it's helping her face. Okay, so that's kind of healthy skin stuff. Like I said too, the charcoal bar soap is really nice. And so there's still some breakouts with, occasional breakouts, and my daughter loves the concealer. Did I bring that? Yeah. I took her, oh, it's a little bit messy. She uses this daily, but to cover up stuff, she likes the Young Living concealer. It's nice and thick, and it really works well. I use it too. So she doesn't really wear much makeup besides this, but if your teen and daughter, I bet teen boys could use this, a little bit, rub it in and it blends really well. But if your teen daughter's into makeup, the Savvy Minerals is a wonderful line, and you could feel good about it because it's all clean beauty. And but I use it, all of the clean Savvy Minerals myself. So
I don't know if you have it for your daughter, but I think Young Living also has the acne treatment, right?
Yes, thank you for reminding me.
But they do have one already ready.
Yes. And I wonder if I put that on my list to talk about. She has used that too. And then she's kind of going back and forth from using the acne treatment to using some essential oils to be kind of like a spot treatment. So both she's had success with. So other things like kids in general is sleep, focus, tummy problems. One thing I feel like with Young Living's oils, any problem, that constant thing, or that something that comes up, any issue, illness, problem, the oils, there's an oil for that, right? And that can help it. So sleep is so important for preteens and teens and all kids, right? Because if not, they're irritable and grumpy, and all the stuff, and for moms too. So we still use Sleepy Eyes, which is the kid scent oil, and the girls, like I said, use their Feather the Owl diffuser. Oh, it's on it's on the floor. It fell down all the time. They sometimes use this. Bergamot, Sacred Mountain, like we've said, lavender, tangerine, cedarwood, peace and calming, all those kind of things help calm down and sleep. We put it on their feet, or they just put it in the diffuser. We've also made pillow sprays, all that stuff. And it's good to even like my, I don't know if she'd like to hear this, my younger daughter still sleeps with a little blanket that she's had from a long time. It's comforting since her baby years, and So spraying something on that is kind of nice because it's close to you and you could just smell it. So that's a little tip. So we have homework hasn't started because it's only been the first week of school, but there's a lot of homework as a teen. And so focusing on that and getting it done and having a motivation is important. So like right after school, when my daughters come home, they kind of get a snack and they do their work in the kitchen. So we put something in the diffuser, but having a few oils that I could recommend to really help focus and get stuff done is a peppermint and a citrus oil, like maybe orange or citrus fresh. If your son or daughter really has issues with focus and calming down, cedarwood and vetiver together and making a roller of that would be great. Maybe add in some lavender. Genius, like Kaylin said, oh, that's sleepy eyes. Genius is really good too. And I like that the Kitson oils are good, not just for kids, but all ages, even myself. I like that they come in roller balls, so you can get this set. So Genius is helpful. And for focusing, brain power. And you can even put a little cotton ball close to where they work, and so they can kind of smell it to help them keep going. Other problems that my girls have is tummy issues, and they do not like tummy aches. So tummy jives, peppermint, and digize are our friend, and we just put it on directly on the tummy. And that's one that my daughter takes to school all the time. And she just feels better when she has her peppermint always with her. Now, wellness is a issue we all want, right? And so that could be something that kids from babies to teens need to stay well, and especially right now and going back to school and just everything. So it's important to teach hand washing and knowing that your kids do stuff when they're by themselves or not with you, that they are staying, having good germ-free life, right? We, like Kaylin said, her kids have the Thieves hand sanitizer. My girls have this in their lunch bag and in their backpack, so that they can, if they can't wash their hands, they could have that. But just to stay well and on top of anything that could come around, we take Ningxia Red, Mighty Pro Super C, like I said, and then use the Thieves oil. I made a roller for that, or you could buy a pre-made roller, and we put it on our feet before bed or spine. My daughters, one of them has really tickly feet or gets tickled easily. So the spine is good too. And sometimes I'll swipe them on their spine, lift up their shirt and do that before they put on their backpack and we walk to school. So before we go to school. Other days, sometimes I make a wellness tea. And so if your kids like something sweet, just get some warm water, 1 drop of Thieves and a couple drops of lemon, or squeeze a fresh lemon and some honey, and it tastes great. My daughter even puts in her water bottle, stainless steel water bottle, peppermint oil or a different spearmint to prevent any stomach aches at school. And she does that herself every morning. She likes that a lot. And just talking about like going back to school, because that's kind of, and our kids might be in areas, or if you go into public a lot, there's a lot of toxic, smelly cleaners that were around. And so it's a good idea to put a drop of lemon or citrus fresh in your kids' water and have them drink that, maybe when they get home or in their water bottle. I mean, it's a gentle detox from all that stuff. And while we're talking about detoxing, another thing that our kids are doing a lot probably right now, because it's warm, is going swimming. And I was just going to mention that I keep geranium essential oil around, because this is a great detox from the chlorine in pools. So after they get out, I put a few drops on my hand and rub their feet, or you can put on the spine too, or after a shower, and it smells great. And if you have a boy and they don't want to smell like flowers, the scent goes away quickly, right? Okay, the last thing that I was going to talk about is sports and growing pains, because that's an issue probably for young to old. And Leslie talked about gymnastics and sometimes issues for your boys. But if my girls do horseback riding, and you might not think that's too sportsy, but it really works their legs, and they have to do, anyway, they get sore legs a lot. And of course, all the sports. So I'm thankful that my 11-year-old, she was like, Mommy, they hurt today. And I put some Panaway on it. Panaway essential oil is a great one that comes in our starter bundle. And that really helps with all aches and pains. You need to dilute it though. Another one to cover a bigger area is Ortho Ease or Ortho Sport massage oil. You could just squirt some in your hand. It's diluted enough and rub. And we also like Cool Azul sports gel, or there's a pain cream. And on the directions, it does say 12 and up. I think this one I think could be for younger kids. Have you guys used this?
I have used the pink cream on my, when Sebastian was like 6 years old, because he had like growing pains in his knees. He couldn't even walk. But then I started applying that and it went away. Yeah, so I have used it on younger kids. So
okay. And even if older, like we were just talking about the Cool Azul pain cream with my family last night. My grandma loves it. My father-in-law, we were all talking about, like, we are true believers in having these Cool Azul products on hand for anything that comes up. And sometimes I was going to go back to like sports and stinky stuff. Remember to keep your purification on hand or citrus fresh for those uniforms or shoes and stuff like that. And I was just going to say a few things about school. I just want to reiterate, like, you know, they have all these things like binders, lunch bags, backpacks, and you don't know where they've been at during school. So I love that my older daughter has a habit now of using our Thieves Cleaner, and she cleans her inside and bottom of her lunch bag every day. And I want to get into the habit this school year of even cleaning their binders, because they put it down and she switches classes. So teens usually have to do that in middle school and high school, and like all their stuff in the bottoms of backpacks, cleaning that and keeping your hand sanitizer. I also like the Thieves spray. It's kind of like a disinfecting spray. So this is really good. I always keep it in my purse, but this is handy for your kids' stuff too, to kind of just get the yuckies off of it. If the last thing I was going to share is, if your kids have any issues while they're at school and you want to keep oils on hand, and maybe you're not sure if it's allowed or who knows what, diffuser jewelry is a great thing to have. There are cool like leather and black lava beads if you have a boy, but my daughter uses her diffuser necklace quite often, especially we've had some separation anxiety in the past for going to school. So she puts peace and calming in here and wears it and can smell it. Another thing is, if your child has a cold or is like stuffy, and if you still have to wear a mask, by the way, put a little oil in your hand and kind of wipe the inside of a mask or make a spray. But we would put snifflies in here. Yes.
Oh, yes.
So I have one on the right here, the aroma ring. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. This has lavender, or there's aroma ease, which helps with tummy aches, and it's a little bit
sickness.
Yeah, pepperminty. So yeah, having diffuser jewelry, there's earrings, you know, different options, bracelets with beads, that anything with that is absorbent. You can even give your kid a cotton ball or a piece of felt on the go. They can keep it in their pocket and just smell it. That could work with focus, anxiety, tummy issues. If they have a test, citrus fresh is good, or peppermint, all the kinds of needs. Stress.
They have a girl and she has long hair. They can use their hair as a diffuser too.
I was going to say the same thing. I always put it in my hair.
They're good. And the scent lasts longer.
Oh yeah.
On your hair. Yeah. And if you ever have leftover oils, that's what I do. I kind of just put it on my hair. Yes. I'm going to remind my daughters about that, because maybe they don't want to always be putting on. My daughter, like, teens are just a little more embarrassed about things. Like, I don't want to take oils to school. Like, so we try to put it all on before, or I do at least, but there's other supports too. So, those are hopefully some of the common things that we face as moms and with our kids. But really, if your child has a certain chronic issue, I'm sure there is an oil that we can help recommend. So reach out to us, or a supplement or a protocol that can really help. These oils are from Young Living, are so carefully distilled and grown, and that all their therapeutic properties are kept intact, so they really work. So any last tips you want to share, Kaylin or Leslie?
I think we're good.
Yeah. Okay, so the last thing I was going to say is that I have 3 ways, my threes again, of ways you can save money. We all want to save money, right? We don't want to be paying a lot, especially these days. Everything costs more money. So the first way, if you haven't gotten started with Young Living yet, the best way to get started and save a lot of money is get a starter bundle. And there is a starter bundle for kids with Feather the Owl and the Kid Sense oils, 5 oils and roller tops. And all the bundles, the starter bundles, are drastically discounted. So that is for sure a great way to save money. And even if you already have a Young Living account and you want to stock up on some things, get one of those bundles. If you're just going to concentrate on your home stuff, there's that Thieves Home bundle. And we also got started with the premium starter bundle that has a really pretty Desert Mist diffuser, or there's different options basically, right? Leslie got the pretty Aria, the glass one, and has music in there too. And then there's 12 oils that pretty much the ones we've been talking about that can help your kids and young to old and yourself. So number 1, get a starter bundle if you want to save money. The second way is get on the loyalty program, or right away. And that's just subscription, but it gives you money back. So we're all on that. And right away, whatever you spend, you get 10% back in points that you could use, like product credit you could use later. And then after 3 months, it goes to 20%. And then after 2 years, 25%. So I think we're all getting 25% back. So it's like when we buy something or spend $100, we'll get $25 to buy later. And so we make free orders all the time. It's really helpful. Then you also get, if you consistently stay on that, you can, you get free stuff. And I was also going to say, with that loyalty program, there's no like you have to stay on it. You can cancel and join all the time, and your points, your product credit will stay with you. And finally, the third way to save money is to start sharing too, because you actually won't save money, you can make money. And that's what we do. We share when we have a friend or family member like that is interested or has a need, just recommend, and you could just give your referral link, and then they could buy it, and then you get some money back. So easy. So we all have some recommended products. If you want to get our bundle for babies, for elementary age or teens, we can give that to you and have a list of what we recommend. Or if you just want to talk to one of us, we'll give you a customized list of products, essential oils, supplements that will fit the needs of your child or children or yourself, right? And so that your family can have a happy, healthy life, vibrant life. And if you want to order, just talk to us and we'll love to help you. And don't worry, we will give you supports and education and help you on your oily journey. Kaylin and Leslie, is there anything else you want to add?
I don't
No.
think so. I think you've covered it all.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So thank you so much for listening to this class and this recording. And we just can't wait to support you and help you with your needs and with your kids, so you can be a super mom too.